Shishi, Parsha Vayelech. Very long one for this week's Parsha, 5 psukim. Once again, it calls it the Ansa Hashira Hazais. It calls it a Shira. Yesterday we gave one interpretation. As we always say, infinite Torah means infinite ideas, infinite concepts. Most of the time, if you look through it, they make perfect sense. Here we have another reason for Shira. The Haksava Kabbalah, a German rabbi, 1800s, wrote a very interesting, not for me to judge, but a very fascinating sefer, and he traces a lot of it to word etymology on the sources of words. And he says the reason why the Torah is referred to as a Shira is not necessarily because of the word song, but Shira becomes the word yashar, which means straight. So similar to what we said before, what we said yesterday, the same idea, but we'll use a different theme. We are writing our own autobiography. When we get upstairs at 120, they're going to open up our book, our picture on the front, our entire life, and the effects that we don't even realize, the things we did that we don't even know how it did for us, and the miracles God did for us, we don't even know. When we tied our shoe, and because we tied our shoe, we missed the red light, and because we missed the red light, we weren't in a car accident, Baruch Hashem. We don't even know all the ideas of the story. We can only control our part of it. Why is it called Shira? Yashar means to be straight, which means in order to have a perfect life, we have to be consistent. That means don't play games. The famous example given is if you're a cheap person in general, okay, so you don't have to give so much charity, but you can't claim I'm not giving charity and then buy a nice car. That doesn't mean you're being so cheap. We have to be consistent. Do we get angry at person A for doing something when person B did the exact same thing? And we're not so angry at that person. Why could we like person B? We're not so upset. In more practical terms, we will laugh at joke from the person A and not from person B. Why? Because really we're not laughing because it's funny. We're laughing because we want to ingratiate ourselves to person one. In life, part of our autobiography is to show consistency. We need the non-Jews of the world as well, and the other Jews of the world to look at us and say, this is a consistent person, this is a person who's honest and trustworthy, and a person who's straight. Everything they do, everything they say, everything they talk, they think a certain way, act a certain way. We have to realize we are a public face of the world. If you look Jewish or sound Jewish, no matter what level, as we learned from the story a couple of days ago, we have an obligation for the other people around us to know what we represent. It should be in a situation where someone should say, I don't know what that person's going to say, but let me guess. And they can guess what you would say correctly. Why? Because they know how you think always in a proper, straight way. Thank you.